Hey, welcome back. I'm Kaz. This is my bus, my motorhome that I've started already doing some renovations in it. So I want to today share with you what I'm planning to do with her, all the different hopes and dreams that I have for this bus. And bearing in mind, I'm not really renovating, okay, I'm basically just redecorating. I'm just giving her a bit of a new lease on life. So I want to today just show you what the plans are, what I've kind of got in mind. Whether it works out or not is a whole other story. I think I mentioned in the last video, I have zero skills in doing any of this sort of stuff. So this is all trial and error. I'm having some fun just playing around. So right, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, the other change I'm going to do is this lounge area. So we've got one seat here. I'm going to add another seat across here and take that cupboard out. So we'll have a seating there, something that I can just pull up, put on top of that while I'm travelling and still be able to walk through to the front there. But I think that might be better. I'll just show you. If I have a couch there like an L shape, I think that would look great. And I think then I will change that tabletop. That is just a horrible plastic tabletop that's come on some nana's nursing home dinner table. Seriously, it actually is. And I want to maybe put some natural wood on that instead. And I can do that because it's just a matter of unscrewing that tabletop and putting the other one on. So I think I can do that. Now I've just realised I've got two power plugs there. Great, I didn't realise I had that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I want to take this table out here. I don't think I'm going to need that. Just takes up space, and I'm going to see how the step goes. I'm going to have to figure out how do I bring that step out to make a platform to sit another bit of foam on. I'm going to put a cover over that. I don't like that cover. I'll change that cover. Yeah. You'll have to excuse this mess. I'm obviously in the middle of painting, so all the crap everywhere. But that's okay. Look, I'm going to change the flooring as well. So at the moment it's got carpet all the way through. And I'm going to change that to a vinyl flooring, I think. That'll be the easiest to put down. The front cap, the changes I'm going to make there is basically just get the carpet cleaner out and give that a good clean. The upholstery cleaner, clean these seats, clean up the front. Yeah, just down here. I'm not going to take that carpet out. I'm just going to leave it and just give it a good clean. It looks like it's in actually pretty good condition, and I think it'll be best to keep that as it is. Then muck around taking carpet out. It will become a bigger job than what I'm capable of doing, I think. Yeah, so I'm just going to give it a good clean. Okay, next thing is the bathroom. I was going to put some kind of stick-on tile here, but I don't think I will now because it's just going to be so much easier to clean the bathroom, stick-on stuff in the way. I'm just going to give this another good clean. It's still a bit dirty. I'll just keep it the way it is, I think. One thing I didn't show you guys in the last video was the bed area. So this is where, again, sorry about all the mess, but I'm in the middle of redecorating. This is the bed area here. So that box is the new mattress. That's what's going to go there. It's one of those mattress in a boxes because I didn't think I'd fit an actual mattress through that door. It's a double. We've just drilled these holes into the boards all through here because there was no aeration coming through, and I was a bit concerned about condensation and moisture on the mattress. So we've hopefully that's enough to create some kind of aeration in the mattress. So the next thing to do is to paint this here in this colour here. So that's what it used to be all along here, and that's what it is now. Like I said, I'm going to have to do some more coats on that. These curtains are going, and I'm thinking of getting blinds in instead of curtains. I think you can get ones that actually stick on. They're like a suction cup. They stick on and then you can just pull them down. I think that's what I'm going to try and see if I can get those in the right sizes. So there's a broken window in the back there too that needs looking at. We haven't got round to that yet. We'll get there sometime. So that's actually looks the worst, but it's actually going to be the easiest to sort out. I have started doing the primer on the cupboards. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to be painting on the outside. I may paint that area around the cupboards as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll definitely leave the inside. I'm not going to bother with that. Good morning. We decided to paint this casing here. So this is Dan. Hi Dan. Decided to paint the casing, so he's doing the primer on that for me. So thank you, darling. Yeah, so second coat of primer. Is that the second coat? Yeah. So then we'll get on to painting it the same as this colour here. This colour. So yay, progress. I think it's going to look amazing. Some of these fittings, like this box here, they're pretty disgusting, but this is a solid wooden box. I might keep that, and I'm probably going to paint it. And I'll be able to put our shoes and things, umbrella or whatever, at the front door. There is also a hook that I am going to take out. That's so ugly. I'm taking that out. But I've got some hooks here to hang, you know, the keys and things, and maybe a rain jacket or something. There's some hooks up here. I will leave those too for that same reason. Might be able to put my hat on there, or getting rid of all these attachments. But yes, I will be keeping that one. And I have removed, these were in the bedroom area. There was this Scody thing. There's this here, which I can't remember where it was now, but I've pulled that down. Because ugly, but I might paint it, and I might even do that folk art painting. I think that will look quite cool along there, so I might sand that back and repaint that and repurpose it. I think sometimes the hardest thing is to just get started, and where do you start? So I think today what I'm going to tackle is get these drawers out and give it a good clean inside there, and the tracks and stuff like that, and I'll probably end up painting those in the garage. It'll be a bit easier, a bit more space. So that's going to be my next thing to do. I've actually bought some degreaser because the latches on the cupboards, on these cupboards, they're really greasy and gross, and I've tried cleaning them with other stuff, and it has helped, but I think my best plan of attack is to probably use a degreaser. I'll see how that goes, and yeah, getting them properly clean. We've got a long way to, it does actually have a bit of a smell in this bus, and I'm very sensitive to smells, so I think once I've got it all painted and cleaned, it's not going to smell anymore. It's already starting to actually be a bit better. I think part of the problem is the carpet. So I bought some stick-on adhesive tile, stick and tile. What's it called? Stick and peel and stick wall tile. This, and it's apparently water resistant. I just got it off Amazon. This is it here. They've got loads of different patterns, but I went with this green. It was the only green they had, so I just sort of crossed my fingers that it was going to work out okay. There is a problem. It doesn't match the other two colours. I bought a bed cover, and I've sort of been matching the paint to this bed cover. so that we can kind of at least have the same colour, but it doesn't really match. But because there's lots of different fleck of green in there, it's not just sort of one green, I might get away with it. I'll show you. Here's the colour options I've got, and there's the tile, so it's not really a match to that green. I was going to put it on that wall there, so I've sort of stuck that there. I haven't actually stuck it permanently, but I've just sort of, yeah, put it there. So this is the right behind the driver's seat, the lounge, and I wanted that wall to just be a bit different and have this tile decal, and I think it would look pretty cool. I'm just not sure now. I'll be really interested to know what you guys think. Should I go with this? Even though it's not 100% match, is it okay to do that? Oh, see, I've got no experience with decorating. I'm just going with things that I love, basically. And I loved this, but I don't want it to look ridiculously out of place with other green, and then you've suddenly got this green. I don't know. I don't know if that's, can we do that? Can we not do that? What do you guys think? Should I go with this? I was thinking of putting it in the bathroom and on that wall. So, interested to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think I should do. So I've finished the primer on the drawers. So I've done 2 coats, and I think that's going to be enough actually. I have been told that it's better to do thinner coats and more coats, so that's sort of what I've been aiming for. We've kind of moved into the spare room, and this is actually in the process of being painted too. So yeah, it's a lot going on at the moment. I don't know about this, you guys. I don't know if this is going to turn out. That's got 2 coats on it now. That one's got 2 coats on it. That's 1 coat. I'm just not sure this is going to work out. I don't know if I've made a big mistake in choosing this colour. Oh, what do you think? Do you know if I should cut my losses and strip that back and choose a different colour, or... Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if that's going on correctly. It does look quite patchy. I had a vision. Now I don't know what I've done. I don't know if this is going to work out or not. I'll finish the second coat, I think. I'll let it dry and I'll report back. Right, well, we've been busy, haven't we, this week, with a lot of redecorating and painting and planning out what I might do with this this bus project. So there are a couple of things that I have learnt this week, and that is that it's okay to just play and have fun and do things that I wouldn't probably normally do, and just enjoy the ride and just have fun with it. And that's really what I wanted from this project to start with, was just to allow myself to have some fun, because I think that for a lot of us in our 50s, we kind of get a bit serious and do things that we think it should go this way or it should go that way, and we kind of forget that, why don't we just try something new and just have a bit of fun? You know, what's the worst that could happen? There's not a whole lot riding on it, right? If that paint colour was such a disaster. So I have learnt to just enjoy the ride and go with the flow, and not stress about what might go wrong, if it is wrong to start with. So that's one thing I've learnt. The other thing I learnt was preparation is a big thing. Yeah, I really prefer to skip all the boring steps and get into like the fun part, right? The paint and the colour. But the preparation, I'm so glad I did those couple of primer coats. Now, I can't remember if I did 1 or 2 primer coats on those drawers. But I think going forward, I'll make sure I do 2, just in case. I think it will be a much better finish, especially for the type of material those cupboards are made from. I still don't know what they're called. If you do know, just let me know in the comments. What is it a veneer? Is it a something? I don't know what it is, but if you know what that material is, let me know, please. So yes, I did learn about preparation and making sure that I've taped everything correctly, because there are a few little things where I've gone over the lines and things like that. So it's just taking that extra care will just make an even better finish. The other thing I have learned is that it is a process. It does take some time. We've been kind of doing this in the rain, mostly on my own. Thank God Dan helped with the that back area of the bus, because I didn't want to get up there and be all squashed up there right in the back. So I'm so grateful that he agreed to do that for me. And I am pleased that we decided to do it, because I was going to leave that area. I thought, I can't be bothered getting at the back there and doing that, but I'm so glad we did, because it has just made such a difference. It is just even changing that color of that casing has made such a big difference. I'm just so pleased I decided to do that. So that was the other lesson I learnt, is, the preparation, doing the preparation. So important. This really has been a journey for me of just going with my soul. This whole thing with the bus, if you didn't watch last week's first episode, the reason I'm doing this is because I have kind of lost a little bit. Like, I've been really focused on working and achieving and working on my business and achieving some success there, and all the things that we do around the house and our jobs and our relationships and parenting and all those sorts of things has been my focus all my life. And now I'm at this point where it's like, I have a lot of callings of my soul too, and I really want to discover more of that, because I truly believe the more we follow our soul, the more we listen to those little whispers within us, take those steps to fulfill those desires. Because I don't believe it's a mistake that I have this dream, I have this desire, that I love an adventure and a journey, and to explore and to be more in nature. I don't think that that's a mistake. So if you follow your yellow brick road, I believe that the path opens up for even more of that good stuff. I think if we follow joy, well, we've been told a lie, and that is that production is everything, and being constantly in this production mode, but it's just not natural, especially for women in our 50s through perimenopause and menopause, to be constantly doing. I think that it's important to listen to those callings of the soul and to be in our becoming, to come back to who we are, to come back to the things that we love. And so this bus adventure is really a representation of me discovering more of that and following more of that, following more of those callings of my soul, and discovering more of me and loving more of life. I went through a cancer journey about 7 or 8 years ago now, and that was when I really learned that life is more about creating memories and having experiences than it is about how much money you earn, what kind of material things you acquire, and the other kind of values that society put on what makes us a successful person. But when I was sick in bed, all I kept on remembering and thinking about was the memories I wanted to create that I hadn't been able to create yet, because I was 45 when I came down with cancer and went through a year of surviving it. I'm completely cured now. They even use that cure word, so I can use that cure word too. Completely cured, but it's opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to what's truly important. And maybe that's just something that you might want to think about too. Like, what's truly important to you? What are the little callings of your soul? Also, if you want to keep following along, just please subscribe so that way you get notified of the next video. Next time, the next video will be about a little adventure, a little journey that me and Dan are doing, just to test out the bus, see what's happened, what's wrong, what things that we've missed, what things that what bits and pieces might be missing that I need to add to this bus to make it more comfortable and more enjoyable, more functional. Follow along, subscribe so that you don't miss next time for our very first adventure in the bus. Okay, see you next time. Bye.